Hopefully I'm actually like good to go here now. I'm gonna set up the camera real fast. Man, every time. Okay. It should hopefully let me actually like config it, but let's see. Thinking it won't. Alright. I'm just gonna redo it. It worked when I tested it, so it won't take too long. Also, can we, yeah, Bamboo Slicer is like the only thing I have up right now, so. Hopefully, actually, I need to turn my mic up more because I feel like it's pretty low. Let's go. Yeah, that should be good. Yep, we got our device here. And my phone just turned off for no reason. Great. And we are reconnecting to our camera. Cool. Should be good to go here. Then, can everyone see camera? Are we all good now? Kind of quiet. Let's bring up Mike here. And then, all right, let's see what that does. Oh. How about now? Hopefully it's better. So let's get to it here. Good. That's good. Let's see what I can do with the whole chat thing. I might just minimize this screen. Just actually I can just split screen. Cool. All right. This is the least. I'm never gonna get this right, but it's all right. So most of this is set up to go already. I figured first we can show what actually got achieved last meeting or last live stream. You can see the ground station here got 3D printed. This thing looks pretty good actually for being a prototype. I'm proud enough of it. And then you can also see the stack is kind of done now. So, yeah, that's cool. And I can't zoom in more. But yeah, the stack's done, the antenna's on. It looks really good actually. You can see the coaxial extension here. It goes up to the antenna. Anyway, enough of that. We are going to be doing some testing today, and I have some code mostly ready to go here. Basically, what this is going to do is it's going to open the serial monitor, and when I type in a certain command, it's going to fire the Pyro. So, let's see. Trigger 2. This should check out. This code should be good to go. Oh, it's not going to compile because I already have the monitor open. So let's see now, maybe. Shoot. I swear, if there's some stupid issue, I'm going to lose my mind. Build system cannot. What can't the system do? Find the file specified. That's garbage. Bro. Alright, I'm closing that out. Let me see if it does that on here too. It does not. Yeah, so this should hopefully not take too long actually, but I can't make any promises, so. Let's open our MOSFET test code here. Worst case scenario, I can just copy it into a new sketch because it seemed like it was crashing out that I couldn't find it. Trigger pin was not declared in this scope. Oh, yeah, so all I have to do is fix this guy. So we're going to do pin mode, trigger pin 2 output, and then I'll just copy this. Oops. You know what? this is easier. Yeah, this code should be pretty much ready to go. If there might be a couple of like tiny issues like that, but it won't take more than like 2 seconds to fix. So, all right, let's see now. This basically is declaring the pins that I'm firing on, if that makes sense. Expected a bracket. Good Lord. Actually, should just be an extra bracket, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm not a super great coder, so hopefully, there we go. Code is compiled. We'll just double check, make sure. Yeah. Oh, one other thing I'm going to add up here. This is where we're beginning our serial monitor. We're going to do a while serial delay 1000. What that does is it gives the serial monitor and like time to wake up, so that it actually shows what's supposed to be there. All right, sweet. Let me check up on the chat. So, can we get an F in the chat for fire? We're gonna fire some pyros today. By the way, we're using Droid Cam today instead of Camo, so let's go, Dill Pickle. Total goat. Yeah, one for each igniter too. Good. 2 Fs. Trying to think. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do first. Let me set up my DSLR here, and we'll take a video. And I also want to make sure that you guys have a good view of the computer. So let's see. Should be good there. Let me get my camera out. It's a lot more annoying when I have to do this, that, but whatever. Let's actually move it out of the way, because I don't want to fire an igniter like on my computer or some weird stuff. So I'm gonna like not make this ugly. Let's get a good angle from the camera here. I appreciate you guys bearing with me, because now I ignite the computer. I will. I can see this thing's dropping a couple of frames. Honestly, I don't really care. As long as it's keeping the camera. Oh yeah, F students are inventors. Hey, I'm not an F student, but honestly, because this is exam week, I might actually become one, because I'm slacking off right now. No, I'm not. I'm actually, I'm just kidding. I'm doing fine. Yeah, we'll get the ground station in there. It actually came out pretty good. Oh, that's a great picture. Okay, here's what we'll do. Should be able to just stick this in video mode, and it should autofocus my computer here. And then I'm pretty much ready to go. Alright, so let's upload this code. Watching this a little here and there, working on my bio project. Oh, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's BIOS, so. Alright, we're gonna upload this code, and cross your fingers it does not accidentally set off the igniter in my face, so. It's also gonna start beeping pretty loudly, so. Wait, what? Okay, give me a second. First, I'm gonna start the camera. Holy crap. Guys, I don't know how to use a camera apparently. One of these buttons. Okay, I'm like actually losing my mind. First, we need to figure out why. Let's see. That should have just straight up went to the computer. Let's see what's going on here. Upload. It should go to void setup and actually like let me. What? So like funny thing, yeah, so it's not doing what it's supposed to. I'm gonna delete that line. So I'm almost wondering if that's why it's doing that. And then we'll see. I swear, if this is some stupid freaking thing, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, it is doing what it's supposed to now. Now I just gotta figure out how to actually get this to record. I like literally. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Yeah, sorry, forgot how to use my camera. And then I should just be able to press a button. Yep, and we're rolling. Alright, sorry about that, guys. You didn't miss anything. You missed me figuring out how to use a computer, so. Now we are getting into it. So, let's see. I'm going to plug in the computer. Okay, so you can now hear the computer is booted up. What we're going to do now is turn around to the back here, and these are our two igniters that we're testing.
So you can see there's MOSFETs and resistors here, and essentially when I send a command, it should hopefully send a command to just one of the pyros. I'm testing to see that they are not accidentally going to fire both of them. If they do, that means I have a wiring issue. So these are protective caps. I'm going to remove the protective cap from one of the pyros. Actually, we'll do both because I forget which one should fire first. It should be the top one. And then what we're going to do is rotate this around like this. And we're going to put the igniters kind of like out of their way so they don't like light each other accidentally. And hopefully now I should be able to just get my computer fire up. So let's move that out of the way. And then I'm setting up my camera again, so give me like a little bit of grace here. All right. Are we ready, folks? Are we ready to rumble? Alright, computer is on. I should be able to open the serial monitor. And now okay, can you see my screen? Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. If not, it's fine. Basically on my laptop, I'm typing in the command to fire it, so. Actually, I can just put it, I can just flop screens here. Let's do that, and then monitor here, so you should be able to see it. So the command to fire Pyro 1 is fire Pyro 1. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is add a delay, because if I do this immediately and press enter, it's going to fire in my face. So let's put a delay for 3 seconds. And that way I don't get blasted in the face with an igniter. And that should give me a bit of a buffer to get out of the way. So, all right, you'll hear it boot up again in a second. And hopefully we are good to go. And all right, so code is uploaded, and basically I'm going to fire it now. So let's get just that in frame. Code's uploaded, monitor is here. All right, I am now going to fire Pyro 1. Fire Pyro 1. All right. All right. I'm pressing enter, so hopefully it works. I'm stepping back. Okay, folks, you can see Pyro 1 just triggered. That was really cool. All right, are we ready for Pyro 2? Hopefully that got a cool shot. That was really neat.
All right, firing, fire, Pyro 2, and 3, 2, 1, fire. Ladies and gentlemen, Ion just fired 2 charges successfully. That was really cool. I'm honestly, like, I'm kind of impressed. Like, that worked fairly well. So, all right, what are we thinking, guys? That was really neat. Oh, did it buffer? That stinks. I gotta figure out this video stuff. This is killing me. I did film it on my DSLR, so I'll post that video. Did you guys at least get to see the first one fire? Yep, it's definitely neat. I'm really happy that they both worked actually. That was sick. And it got like pyrogenic residue on the 3D printed parts, so that was funny. So just to be safe, what we'll do is we're going to take the ground station and move it. Hopefully not like that. Geez. And then I'm going to re-upload the boot up sequence so I don't have the MOSFET code on there. So we should see it go back into its boot up phase. Okay, so the computer is now started up and you can see it's flashing green, which means it's in standby mode, it's not armed. So and yep, that's basically how that works. So let me put the caps back on the igniters. I know we just fired them, but never a terrible idea to be safe. And we're going to tuck those guys back here. In case you're wondering, these pyro charges or channels actually fire parachutes. So essentially, they light black powder. The black powder expands in the rocket, allows the parachute system to separate. So. Let's go back to the screen here, so it's happening. I know, I can't wait either. This is going to be really sweet. So May 19th is like the day that I like send this thing off. So I'm looking forward to it. Holy cow. This camera's lagging hard now. I'm just going to dish a cam. I don't need it anymore. Let's see if we got any cool stuff to show. Did you make the pyro charges or buy them? The igniters I bought, they're regular fireworks igniters, so basically, trying to remember who I bought them from. Missileworks maybe? No. Oh, let's just see. Oh, I know where No, I got them from Chris's Rocket Supply.
No, not those. He's got a million variants of them. Oh, these igniters are insane. Super fat boys are crazy. I think it was some variant of these. There's a million of them out there. I'm trying to find the specific ones that I get. They're really cheap. They're like $1 for a set, but I'm trying to remember. Could be ASP. Nope. Well, anyways, that, and then for the actual pyro, I use quadruple FG black powder. It's kind of hard to find, but you'd rather have a finer grain because you learn in chemistry that more surface area means quicker burn, so you build up pressure quicker. It's very hard to find because it's not really used besides like war reenactments, and the places I have found it, it's like really expensive. So yeah, none of these are it. I don't know. I don't even know if I can find it. You can usually find triple F pretty easily, but yeah, that looks like some. But yeah, I usually have to buy it in places I cannot speak of, so wink. I have like a whole pound of it. Let's see if I have the schematic. I think it's funny how it's showing that camo studio configure in the corner because I literally do not even have. Oh, yes, I do. Man, I gotta learn how to use OBS better. It's alright, we're learning. It's not like this was a big stream anyway. But yeah, Ion's doing pretty good. It's ready to fly soon. Well, not fly soon, but be handed off soon to a firmware developer here. So he's really eager to work on it, and he really knows his stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
There's my data cable. Sweet. Do you guys have any questions about Ion or stuff that's happening with rocketry? I got a couple of projects planned this coming up soon. They're pretty crazy. Ground station base. I don't have the sim up anymore for, but we'll just leave that there. Well, anyways, this summer, I'm I'm not going to leak too much about this project, but I am going to start a project that may or may not be, or I should say several projects, that may or may not be the most insane, difficult, and probably cool stuff I've ever done. But yeah, it's we're talking about, down the road, intense like avionics stuff. So between roll control, a lot of cool stuff. It is for an odd rock. We'll see if it actually works or not, but it's a couple of dollar signs away. But yeah, Ion is getting handed off to a pretty smart fella. He's going to work on it pretty much the whole summer, and hopefully at the end of summer I can slap it in a rocket and send it, and it'll be okay. I don't know if it will or not, but that's why we test stuff. There's some things I'm going to do to prepare it better, so it's not like as sketchy in a rocket, but we'll see. Yeah, projects in the work. Or I'll just spill the beans. Yeah, I'm working on
developing a organ rocket. So I don't know if it's possible, but basically I'm gonna take an organ pipe and try to send it, and we're gonna see if I can get it to actually play the note like pretty audibly as it's going up. Now there are a lot of things with this that you can probably off the bat see would be a problem, and basically I'm working on figuring out what those things are. There's that roll control I mentioned would need to be for this, because I don't want to have a lot of roll on the pipe because it won't play the note well. I need a constant speed, which is hard to do because it's a rocket, so it's going to want to go fast and then slow down fast. There's just a crazy amount of stuff that's going to go into this, and I don't honestly think it'll happen this summer. It'll probably be a few years before I actually launch this thing and see it work, but I'd rather do it right than rush it. Pretty much, yeah. It's going to be, there's a couple of types of organ pipes. The best, one for this project is, let's see, this type. I forget what it's called. Shoot. I think is it a flute type? Or no, oh, I think it's, yeah, a flue pipe. So this is the best kind of pipe I could think of for this project. The other ones that have really fragile reeds in them, I forget, I think they're called, yeah, reed pipes. You can just see there's a lot more complexity and fragile stuff kind of going on in here with the reed and the tuning wire and all this stuff in there. A flue pipe is basically literally just a pipe with a lip kind of part of the actual cast of the pipe or whatever, so that would be easier for sending it really fast. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I feel like Bernoulli's principle is going to be a problem to deal with this. I feel like there's going to be air going in a lot of places that it shouldn't be, and yeah, it's going to be complicated, but I do already have I am working with someone who went to St. Charles as well and played the organ and knows a lot about how organs work on this, and he's the one providing the pipe for this, so I'm thinking it could, I could learn some stuff from him about how organs work before I try to send this thing really high. But oops. Whoa. Yeah, I don't want to. Oh my gosh, never mind. But yeah, stream latency is actually not too bad right now. So that's pretty much that. I don't have any other odd rocks that I can think of right now. If you guys have any ideas of crazy shit that I can fly or make a rocket out of, let me know, because I'm down for it. Let's see, I got this guy. No. Yeah, I'm really not satisfied with the whole camera setup stuff with this. Supposedly the HDMI thing I mentioned yesterday would not work because it would show the actual grid lines and stuff on my screen as I'm sharing it, so I gotta figure out something else. There's some thing I can kind of do to not really jailbreak, but change my camera software basically, so I can actually use my DSLR for streams. But that takes more than 20 minutes to figure out, so I didn't do it for this one. A couple updates with this guy. I did add the mounts for the screw terminal switch, so that is on there now. And then, let's see, yeah. antenna, all this stuff worked first try. I did have to print a little shim right here because when I tightened the cord or the coaxial cable here, it was pulling up on that connector just a tiny bit. So I put a shim in there to relieve that, and that was fine. But rather than that, this stack is like pretty much done. I haven't gotten to like test the radio and get it to work, sadly, but it's good enough. The only thing I'm debating on is I might shift over this mount so I can fit the screw terminal switch on better, but that's about it. I'm honestly just kind of ready to send it off at this point. Yeah, that's kind of all I had for tonight was just firing those pyros, updating you guys on what happened after yesterday's mess, and yeah. So maybe there'll be a couple streams of me doing some CAD work later on, but we'll see. Kind of depends on what things I plan on working with summer because I have a whole bunch of stuff. But thanks again for joining, and yeah. So let's go to OBS. This is Dominic Bleacher from DH